Blog number 27, Sweating the Small Stuff. Let me first begin by stating that I have full knowledge of what the saying "don't sweat the small stuff" means. It's just that for me the saying is a bit more literal than to simply worry over the minute little details. Sweating is not just a fancy term that I'm using to refer or to mean something else, but it is actually the physical act of sweating, like I'm sitting in a sauna with my clothes on, which would be a strange thing to do. I'm finding that it is little things that are leading me to feel as if I have just participated in an Ironman competition. In reality, my speed would be more of a wet paper bag competition. If you're old enough to remember the payphone, then you will of course also remember the phone book. Years and years and years ago, back in the 80s, it became a trend to show your strength by ripping a 500-page phone book in half. This also served as a form of intimidation. It was a warning to all those phone books out there that you weren't beneath tearing them apart in case any of them happened to be thinking of attacking you when your attention was averted. Now, I don't want to brag here, but once I was actually able to tear a 10-page document in half. Currently, I feel I'm carrying on in that very important tradition when I try to remove the paper cover off a straw that comes with the drink that I've purchased. Most people can grasp that little flap at the top of the straw and tear that paper off within about half a second, but I feel like I need one of those industrial-sized grabbers, the ones you see guys on the side of the freeway picking up trash with. It feels like I need to order one every time I order a drink. It's either that or order a new brain so that I have the fine motor skills needed to grasp that quarter-inch flap of paper on the end. Sir, would you care for fries with that iced tea? No, thank you, but would you happen to have the ability I'm going to need to remove the straw from its Fort Knox-like paper encasing? It seems to me that if one of those fast food restaurants really wanted to make a great Happy Meal, they would include a new cerebellum with each order instead of a toy. At least make it an option. For those of you who take more than 30 seconds to unwrap a piece of chewing gum, I don't mean to brag, but I have come up with an idea for gum manufacturers. They really should start making the foil wrapper chewable and the same artificially enhanced flavor as the gum, or some strangely complimentary flavor like broccoli, so that we could just pop the whole thing in our mouth. I chew a sugar-free gum, but I wouldn't have to, because I lose 35 calories just trying to get the gum out of the wrapper. At times I found myself wondering if there's a hotline number that you can call for assistance and helpful tips on how to unwrap a single stick of gum. The next one I'm actually not sure could be done, but it would make life a lot easier if there were a television remote available that did everything with just one button. You might think the remote is simple, and for my kids it is, and you might wonder why, after using the same remote for the last 10 years, it is so difficult. But by the time I figured out, the season premiere of the new show that I want to watch is now in its second season and showing reruns. And on top of that, I am still trying to figure out where to point the thing and the perfect angle for maximum efficiency. Do I aim it straight at the television? Would it work better if I bounce the signal off the wall or the dog? Should I skip the middleman and go outside, just aim it straight up and hope I hit a satellite? At this point, a game of charades is like a very strong, attractive option. Why is it that the small stuff, the things that should be easy, and the things that should be easily done in 5 minutes or less, are the things that end up consuming the whole day? I don't know the answer, but as I continue to struggle with the things that could be easily done, and as I'm wiping the sweat out of my eyes from wrestling with one of those simple tasks, I am reminded to not sweat the small stuff.